Well, hello, Pittsburgh, and welcome back to the QBurgh Podcast. If you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, or an ally, then you will find this program not only to be informative, but entertaining as well. We're bringing you this podcast from our lovely studio here in beautiful downtown Pittsburgh. And if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. On today's podcast, we're talking about Pittsburgh Pride 2025. Jeff will be joined by the Pittsburgh Pride Group's co-chairs, Dena, Stanley, and Dalen Michael. But before I throw this over to Jeff and our guests, let me share some upcoming events. The Blue Moon Pageant is this Sunday, January 26th. The current Mr. and Ms. Blue Moon, Joe My Gosh and Jacks of Fruit's reign has come to an end. And their reign has been something. All joking aside, we absolutely love them. The pageant is Sunday, January 26th, starting at 9 p.m., and there's more information about that on QBurgh.com and all of Blue Moon's social media accounts. The New Hazlitt Theater is producing a play that is part of their community-supported art series called My Sister's Lipstick. Inspired by isolation, queer repression, and a Judy Garland obsession, My Sister's Lipstick plays at the New Hazlitt Theater on Thursday, January 30th and Friday, January 31st. You can find more information and get your tickets by going to newhazlitttheater.org. And now just a quick message.
Hey, it's Nebby Nick. Today's podcast is brought to you by us, QBurgh. QBurgh is your source for LGBTQ news and events for Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania. You can find news, community calendar of events, and our directory, of course, our podcasts, and our weekly newsletters. QBurgh is and always will be free to the community. If you'd like to support us, you can do that at QBurgh.com/support. And catch me, Nebby Nick, at any queer event month to month, and make sure to follow those queer events on our community calendar. Now back to the show.
All right, and we're back here. This show is my favorite topic ever. I could talk about Pride all the time, right?
Absolutely.
So I want to welcome my guests. I have with me the co-chairs of the Pittsburgh Pride Group. I have Ms. Dena Stanley. Welcome. And we have Dalen Hooks. Welcome.
Yes.
So thank you very much for coming on board
Absolutely.
For this. Right. Like I can make this an hour and a half. Right. Easy. Right.
We got stuff to talk about.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. But in the interest of time, we will keep it to our regular time slot here. But before we get to Pride, I mean, let's just quickly introduce you all and some background about where you're from, how you did, and what brought you to this moment right here with your activities. Dena?
Oh, okay. I'm going to go first. Hey. So I'm Dena Stanley. I'm the executive director and founder of Trans United and co-director of the Community Center over on the north side and one of the co-founders of Pittsburgh Pride Group. Oh, my goodness. Yay. I am from Pittsburgh. I moved away after college, went to Atlanta, and decided to move back to start doing the work in the community. I was doing a little bit of work down there in Atlanta as well with the community. And I'm here now, just making sure that we making it right for the community.
That's
I
right.
guess.
Well, I know, it's all about the community.
Yes. It's all about liberation.
It is. All right, Dalen. Follow that.
It's going to be hard to follow that up, but my name is Dalen Hooks. My preferred name is Dalen Michael. I'm originally from Erie, PA.
Nice.
I moved to Pittsburgh in 2008 for college, and I was a little bit of a loner. I grew up very sheltered. So I encountered the ballroom scene in Pittsburgh, which is how I met Dena and a lot of other friends. And it kind of just pulled me out the closet, taught me a little bit more about finding myself and, a community and community spaces. I worked with True Tea Pittsburgh for a long time.
Love them.
And now I'm here. Yeah.
Now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Yeah.
So,
now I'm here.
so let's talk about the history of Pittsburgh Pride.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So really fast. And
I'm young, by the way, y'all, so I don't know.
Well, being the how do we politely say this?
OG.
The OG.
Right, the OG of the room. Right. Okay. So we have a great history here of Pride in Pittsburgh. We're actually one of the first major cities to celebrate Pride. Our first Pride was in 1973. And get this, it was kind of a meet up in Market Square, and then it was a walk to Shenley Park. So where they had a little gathering there. So it's imagine walking from downtown Pittsburgh into Shenley Park in Squirrel Hill.
That's a lot.
I would not do that. Even I would not do that. But it was 1973, and that's what started our Pittsburgh Pride.
That's
now, there's
amazing.
been several, obviously several, groups doing Pittsburgh Pride throughout. It was downtown, then it went to Shadyside, the North Shore, back down to downtown, and then right now we
Back on the North Shore.
Back on the North Shore. We
Yes.
found a home on the North Shore.
Yes, we found a home on the North Shore.
So wonderful history there of Pride getting bigger, better. So we're going to talk about where and when is Pride this year. Let's get right into it.
Oh, all right. So this year is from May 30th to June 1st, which May 30th, we will be doing a prom this year.
Oh,
my goodness.
nice.
A gay prom.
Nice.
How about that?
Nice.
Followed by Kiki Ball. I'm going to let Dalen talk a little bit about the Kiki Ball.
Okay, so those of you that know about Pose and Legendary and things like that.
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Educate
You know
me.
Madonna Vogue, right?
Who?
You know Madonna Vogue, like
Yes,
the song.
right,
Okay.
right.
Okay,
right,
kind of
right.
where she took the idea from
Right,
is
the ballroom, right,
the ballroom
okay.
scene.
Right,
so,
right.
We have an underground ballroom scene here in Pittsburgh. We have mainstream, and then we have Kiki.
Okay.
The Kiki scene is more so for the youth. It's really centered and focused around those who are newer and fresh to ballroom. A lot of people who are like in college and have other obligations and don't want to like just pour all their time and energy in it, but still have a safe space to come and compete. So we will be having a Kiki Ball. We're going to bring some MCs and DJs from out of town to come in and make sure the vibe is there, make sure it's a nice organic feel. And we're going to vote. We have runway. There's going to be, fashion categories.
Wow.
So if you like Vogue, if you like fashion, if you like strutting your stuff on the runway, you're going to want to come to the Kiki Ball. You're going to want to look on our event page at Pittsburgh Pride or pittsburghpride.org and find out more information.
Pittsburgh.com,
sorry.
Yikes. It's okay.
You bought it, right?
Yes.
It was right.
Oh, my
Bought and paid
goodness.
for now.
pittsburghpride.com.
Correct. Got
And
it.
get more details on the ball. It is honestly one of my favorite parts of Pride Weekend.
Yes. And then, so that will be in the late evening. So that will be 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Oh, my goodness. But we can still have a good time.
Get you a Red Bull.
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. And the prom will be from 6 to 9. We will start releasing that information next month for folks. This is for us, show up, glitz and glam, get you nice vehicles, get you a nice suit, get you a nice ball gown, because I'm going to be in my gown. Okay.
There you go. And the prom's open to anyone, right?
Yes, it's open
It
to any and everybody.
It's just a gay prom.
It's a gay prom.
Right.
If you have never experienced a prom, you should definitely be there.
Oh, my
and that'll be
gosh.
from 6 to 9.
What a
And
great
bring a
idea.
date.
What it's,
Yes.
What's it?
Bring a date.
Yes.
No.
And
Gay
we'll do-
proposals.
listen.
Gay proposals,
Oh
right?
my God, that would be
that would be
amazing.
hot.
Film your gay proposal through the
Oh.
prom, and
Yes.
we can publish it on
That would
QBurgh.com.
be
Yes.
amazing. How about
Amazing.
this? Listen, if y'all want to have a prom court, y'all contact QBurgh, and they're going to let us know, and we will do a prom court. We will put it out
Oh,
there.
my God, that sounds like
and
a
we'll
great
let
idea.
y'all, pick some folks.
I love it.
And people can enter, and then we could do a prom court.
We
How about
could.
that? That would
There
be
you go.
fantastic,
With a
right?
nice
court, right?
rainbow crown.
Oh, my
Yes.
Goodness, that would be
Oh.
awesome. I'm gonna get the rainbow crowns now.
Oh, excellent. What a
'cause
great
I
idea.
feel like that's going to happen.
Yeah,
I
just
feel
like that,
it.
right? We got
Yeah,
it. I love
my
it.
spidey senses is telling me that's happening.
I love it.
Yes.
So that's like the first night.
So
right?
that's the first night. That's
That's the first
Friday.
night. Okay, got
But let me back up because
all right.
before that we have the bigger gayer picnic.
Oh,
my goodness.
that's the weekend before,
Yeah,
right?
that's the weekend before.
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. That will also be happening over on the north side, the North Shore. You can find all the information on pittsburghpride.com as well. That will be from 1 to 7. That's going to be fantastic. So let's move back over to Saturday, May 31st.
All
So
right.
that's the first day of the festival, which will be happening over on the North Shore as well. And that's just going to be packed of fun. A lot of community artists. We will have a smaller headliner, and it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good vibe. And then Sunday.
Oh,
Fun day.
Oh, we love Sunday.
Oh,
Love it.
Sunday, June 1st, we will be having the march.
/ parade.
/ my birthday, don't forget.
Oh,
And this month's birthday.
oh, wow.
Over the rainbow.
There you
Oh,
go.
my goodness.
You know how gay you got to be.
Okay, listen. On the birthday.
You got it. You got that
birthday.
covered, right?
Yeah. Oh, my
It's your
goodness. Last year, we had 103,000 people show up to the march itself.
/ parade.
/ parade.
Right. So let me give it really fast. Again, as the historian.
Yes,
right?
the
OG in
historian
room,
and
right?
the person who does the parade.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so both Jim Shepard, the other co-creator of QBurgh, we are so happy to be. I guess what do we call us? March / parade producers.
Yeah.
We kind of help. We help facilitate that, which is wonderful and terrific. Love it. And what makes us really unique is that Pittsburgh has and I'm very adamant on the March / parade, because we realize that Pride is Pride is a protest.
It is
right?
a protest.
It is a protest. So we want to commemorate that. So we offer a march to a little bit more political in nature, a little bit more
This year's
power
gonna be
to the
very
people type of
very
deal,
political
right?
this year, yeah.
So, and just the volume of people. You don't need to register for it. It's just show up as you are, and you can actually march in the march.
Right.
How about that?
If you're just an individual, if you're coming for, the march portion.
Correct. And it's wonderful. There's some great speeches that happen ahead of time and a wonderful kickoff. And then the march takes off, right?
Yes.
So we also realize that it's a parade. We have something to be celebrating about. We have, we've had to fight for our rights. And so there's a little bit of celebration in there on not only for our rights, but who we are.
Yes.
And with that being said, we then go into this parade mode where we have the little flag group that actually kicks it off. And then we have the color guard, right? And then we have groups, LGBT groups and organizations, and then we have the corporations.
Yes.
After that, with the
All
floats
the
and all that.
above. And it's
So
going to be amazing.
It's just absolutely incredible feeling. It is huge.
It is. Last year was the first time I actually was able to see everything, and I was just like, "Wow,
Yeah.
it was massive."
People were marching from downtown into the north side for over an hour.
It was crazy.
Right.
The crowd was huge.
Oh
Right.
my gosh.
Looking like being in the parade, being in the march, and looking back over the bridge to see the huge amount of people, like this huge body of people moving behind you is just insane. It's emotional. It's crazy.
My hair is on my
Yes.
mind. Look, it's just up on my arms,
So
right?
it makes me feel so good that we can come together, and just be authentically us together.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And just celebrate us.
Correct.
Together.
Yeah, it's just an amazing feeling.
Absolutely.
So, as I remember in our podcast of past, Dena, you promised a gator for the Pride chairs, right? Because you see where we have to travel from, like the miles of people.
I got
so I'm
you
gonna
one
hold
this
you
year.
on that.
I
I'm gonna
got you
hold
one.
Okay.
I literally just ordered them. I put them on reservation already.
All right,
so
all
you
right.
got one.
We'll see if we got it.
You
but
got
anyways,
it. You got
but
it.
it's such a delight. It's such a great thing, right?
Absolutely.
And it's a great time, not only if people want to volunteer, or how can I help with Pride, to not only volunteer for the march / parade, but also for the Pride Day activities that are happening throughout the day.
Absolutely.
So so the Pride, it takes off at noon.
Absolutely.
Right, and we don't use this word a lot around here, but it starts off at noon straight time. Right. We don't. It starts off. We are bound to take off then.
Yes.
We only missed it 1 year because we were
Waiting
on someone in the room here. But other than that, won't call her out on it. But other than that, we have a pretty good track record, which we do have to because of police, security, yada yada yada. And especially this year is a little bit more concerning. We're going to have increased security, which we're going to talk about. But so we leave the march / parade and we go over to the festival, right? So give us a little.
We get over to the festival.
And it's being held at.
It's going to be over on the north side, on the North Shore, Allegheny Commons West.
Right, where it's been.
Yes, where it's been.
We found a home there, right?
Yes. And we'll probably. I'm going to talk to the color guards, but we'll open up with the color guards this year. They will come into the park and they're going to do a little performance for us, hopefully. And then the show will begin. We will have 3 different stages. So we'll have
3.
We'll have the youth stage that will be over in the youth section that is detached from the main area, so they need to have their space and be able to celebrate as well with their families. And then we will have the community stage, and then we'll have the main stage as well.
So that's wonderful.
Yes.
So, and then if you are a group or organization to have a booth.
Absolutely.
Do you know how many booths there were last year?
So last year we had 215 booths. And this year, we have enough space for 320 booths. So you better register now because, folks are registering.
Right.
It's filling up fast.
I know.
Like the notifications are crazy.
Good.
Like people are already registering. People are already responding well to the social media post.
Yes.
Good.
The system that we use for people to register, the notifications are going crazy. So people are interacting with all of the requests.
Yeah. So let's talk about the parades or the prides in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So favorite moments?
Every time it's over. I be stressed out the whole time, and then it's over. I'm like, oh my God, we did it. Okay, thank you.
But in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. But
really,
also,
really good way. Right?
We're babies in this. This is our 5th year. We're learning so much. And last year we really did intense feedback from community and listen to community. And making those adjustments. So we really welcome all feedback from community because it really helps us. Like I said, we're really young in this game, and we want to make sure that all aspects and all parts of the community are being heard and making sure that they're able to come into this space and feel welcome as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you did a great job last year with the food vendors.
Yeah.
On finding a home for them now.
Yes. So that's where their home is going to be.
Right.
Yes. That is their home. And this year we will have benches out there. So once you get your food, you can go over and you can sit down under, a tented, a shaded area and eat your food and just commune with other folks. We tried to get that into place last year, but unfortunately it didn't work because there was a lot of other, things happening. We had, historic moments happening in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
yes.
That's right.
Yes. Epic historical moments.
Absolutely. So, but this year we will definitely have that in place. Yeah.
Right. So I know, let's talk about the historical moment that happened, right?
Okay.
So, special visitor.
Yes.
Right.
A little bit.
So go ahead, tell us a little bit more. And then I'm interested in not only that, but also the security that went along with that, what Dalen could talk about.
Yes.
So let's talk about the guest first.
Okay.
Right?
All
Not
right.
guest or the visitor.
The visitor.
Right.
So back in January, we started reaching out to the White House. We were trying to get Kamala, and
I remember those talks.
Yes, and
we were talking
deep,
back.
Yes, we were deep.
She was
in
talking
talk.
back, right?
Oh my God, we were deep into talk.
Right.
And unfortunately, her schedule didn't permit her to be here. But they said we have an alternate. I was like, well, who is better?
Right.
And they said, well, we have Jill, and I said, well, I'm in.
So Joe Biden.
Yeah, Joe Biden came as the guest speaker of Pride last year, which was the first time in history that a sitting White House family member, a first family, has ever graced a Pride in this country and a festival.
Right.
So there was 2 big moments that happened here in Pittsburgh, at our event, and I was very, very grateful.
Good.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
No, that was a lot of fun, but I'm sure logistically, Dalen, it was a nightmare.
Okay,
wasn't it?
Well, it was difficult because you have the city requirements and restrictions, but the White House restrictions are crazy, right?
Yeah.
They had to block off a certain mile radius.
Yeah.
There were certain areas you couldn't move, you couldn't get in and out. Traffic couldn't move around the park. So, and you had to keep it a secret until the day before. Like we weren't allowed to tell people who was coming. You know, so to coordinate that was a big thing. It was a big thing. There was actually people who were like shut out of the park because if you weren't in there before she arrived, you just weren't able to move. You weren't able to get in. So there was huge barriers, but it was worth it. Yeah. The amount of people that were touched, the feedback that we got from it, you know, it was definitely worth it. But there was huge security restraints, like. There were barriers all around, all around the stage. Half of the porta potties got blocked off. The streets were blocked off. Like it was huge.
You had to go through a metal detector to get to the
metal
front.
detector.
I was in
empty
that
your
line.
pockets.
I was in that
empty
line.
your wallets. Empty your keys. Some people weren't allowed to bring their keychains in if they had like little maces or whatever they had. You couldn't come into the area. You know, it was a restricted area. So yeah, we had to make a lot of adjustments. Last minute adjustments and quickly, and you just had to make it work. Our barricades had to be moved to bring in the brigade of vehicles, and then that had to be moved back. So we had to coordinate with the city.
Cement barriers.
Yeah, the cement barriers and water barriers, and you had to coordinate that with the city and with their team and with our security team because we bring in our own security, which is a LGBTQ owned security firm. To handle our security in the park. So just coordinating that between 5 or 6 different security teams is crazy. So our team did a really good job at facilitating that for the first time. So now we're ready for big guests. Now we're ready for more. Now we're ready. We're more experienced. Every year we get more and more cultured, more and more experienced with coordinating and facilitating, you know what I mean, a huge festival that affects a large amount of people. So, hey.
Well, and we do it. Yeah, we do it. But, you know, I would definitely say shout out to the advance team, Joe Biden's advance team.
Yes.
Because, you know, they were like really working with me and Dalen, you know, and Jim and Jeff and, you know, just it was crazy. And also apologies to all the vendors. I know they were like, what is going on?
What is this?
You know, we
had
to switch, you know, the venues. We'll get to that one day. And then
one day we'll talk about
that.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden it's like this big old, and it was all because, you know, we knew we were having this special guest come in and making a historic moment here in our city. And, you know, this is the first time that they have ever did anything like this. So they were like so nervous.
And wasn't it a test run? Aren't they going to be implementing that now?
So, I mean,
they're be
if that
administration
would have stayed, they would have done it. But, you know,
I'm sure it's there.
It is still there. I don't know if, you know, I mean, who knows, you know, with the current administration coming in, they may do it somewhere. I don't know, you know, who knows, but they ain't coming here.
Right. Well, not in the next 4 years, at least.
I'm just saying, if Kamala, if you see this,
Kamala, right? You let us.
You are still welcome to come this year.
You are welcome.
You are still welcome to come this year.
I love it.
If y'all listen, y'all already know if things start getting a little wonky, we got the number one.
Yes,
right. She could be prom queen.
Number one.
Right. There we go.
You're still welcome.
Could be prom queen.
Back to the prom queen.
Yes.
Right?
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I love it.
Yes.
Love it. So there's some new things that are happening this year, or I can say improvement on some of the things as the festival grows, as the committee grows in doing it. There's some transportation. You tried that last year.
Yes.
So we're gonna improve.
So we will improve that this year. I know a lot of folks probably didn't even know what was happening and trying to figure all that out, but we really got a handle on it this year for transportation. So we will have transportation transporting people to the March parade, and we also will have transportation Friday and Saturday all day long from the festival to 3 different locations downtown. You can find all that information. It will be up by March 15th on our website at PittsburghPride.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that's exciting because there's always been that issue of having the festival on the north side, and then parking. And
exactly,
I can't tell you the number of questions we get. Where should I park? You know, like where do I park?
You could park anywhere downtown, or you could really park anywhere, and then you can get shuttled to downtown, and you can get on a bus. You know,
so do a little loopy thing,
exactly.
which is wonderful to hear.
All day long,
right?
Yeah, so.
Wonderful to hear because, like, you know what, we always tell people, well, park in the middle, right?
Exactly.
Because if you park in the middle, then you have to walk halfway to the
Halfway.
parade, walk the parade, then only have to walk halfway
back.
So, yeah.
And we also will have transportation for folks who have any type of mobility or in wheelchairs or anything like that.
Right. All
yeah,
right.
the transportation is accessible.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Look, listen, I was trying to think about it. I was like,
And it's back on a Sunday. The parade and all
yes.
that's back on a
It's on
Sunday. It's on
Sunday.
Sunday this year.
Which makes it easier
Free parking.
to park.
Exactly.
Yes.
Free parking
and
on the
it's free
street.
parking.
yeah,
Yes.
free parking everywhere.
Right.
It's Sunday.
Well, except parking garages that charge. But other than
Yeah.
that, but you know.
Yeah, and this year it won't be so many different events happening. It will, I think there will be maybe 2 events happening. And yeah.
Yeah. So we have a few minutes left of the show, and I'm just
Absolutely.
curious to know about what would be your favorite Pride moment. What's your favorite moment about Pride that you love, that keeps you motivated, that keeps you going?
Just having the people show up every year. That first year when we thought that we were going to go have 500 people, and we had 10,000 people show up, and we were only prepared for like
Insane.
500 people. Like every time I think about that, that really drives me like, okay, we have
ran
to
out
make
of
sure.
everything.
Everything.
We
Yeah.
ran out of
Oh, my
water,
goodness.
ice. We ran out of everything. We had no idea the masses were coming like that.
Listen, it was wild. So for me,
Insane.
I think that is like the driving force for me, because every year it gets bigger, more people, get involved, and we're able to accommodate, what the community wants. We're listening, we're actively listening to community, and trying to make it better. And if you want to get on a committee, again, you can hit us up at PittsburghPride.com and come along. This is open for the whole community. We're not trying to shut anybody out. We want people to help out in any way they can, because this is about all of us.
Yes.
And sponsorships.
If you would like to sponsor, you go to PittsburghPride.com and you click
Excellent.
on sponsor, and you sponsor us. No, but seriously, this year, it's going to be tough. We already seeing what's happening, with, like McDonald's and Walmart's and all of these different big corporations that are rolling back on our DEI, initiatives.
But
which
we
is
shall
horrible.
not be moved.
We will not be moved.
We shall not be moved. We're not going anywhere.
Absolutely.
And this is why Pride is political, because
Absolutely.
every year we have to send a reminder that we're here.
Yeah.
Our community is growing. Our community is resilient. We are showing up to celebrate ourselves, regardless of the climate of politics, regardless of the climate of our city,
Right.
and the barriers that we have to even create spaces like this.
Absolutely.
We are here, and we're not going anywhere.
Right.
And there's corporations that are going to, stand firm on their beliefs, and making sure that, diversity, inclusion, and equity is a part of everything, like Costco's, so shout out to them, hit
right.
me up.
So, but it just goes to show you that how Pride is so important.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That especially what's going to be happening here in the upcoming couple of months and all that, together,
Yes.
we're together in this.
Absolutely.
That we are not alone.
Absolutely.
Through our own community, through each other, we have each other, and we have our allies that will definitely help us through this.
Absolutely. They're gonna
And
show up.
stronger together.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Show up and show out.
We
And,
are stronger together.
We are.
This year, again, we will be doing our Pride 365. So all of the smaller, I'm not even going to say smaller, but all of the other prides that are happening throughout the city, we do have a program where it's a mutual aid type of situation where we're able to lend you things, if you need tables and chairs and or whatever we have to offer, we have no problem offering that. That's why we are making sure that we collect all of the things so the other, festivals that are happening throughout the city are able to use those without getting that cost.
Right.
Yeah, that will be
Oh,
under
nice.
365
Nice.
Pride. 365.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Dalen, your favorite moment of Pride?
My favorite moment during Pride weekend is definitely the parade. Being in the parade and seeing how diverse the crowd is, seeing children celebrating with their families, seeing couples, just seeing everyone all dressed up. I love seeing the drag queens come out in their full, fierce looks. Yes. I love seeing, everyone just celebrate and bring out all their props and I remember last year there was a girl that had rainbow hair braided all the way down, like she had a train. It was like a train of hair, rainbow hair.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I take pictures on my phone every year, and I'm just so excited to see everyone celebrating themselves. So it takes me a few minutes out of the craziness of worrying about everything that's going on or what all of the things I need to do, and just kind of enjoy the moment to take in what's happening around me. And that is why we do this. That is why we're at the front of celebration and liberation, because we need places to celebrate. We need places to be seen and be heard and to represent and to put on and, to be a part of a collective and be a part of a community. So the parade is definitely my favorite part, hands
the
down.
power of we.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The power of we. I
Yes.
love that. I
Yes.
love it. I just think that's absolutely incredible. And we could talk forever and ever and ever.
Yes.
I mean, let's like be honest.
Yes.
Like, it's like a national holiday. Pride, Pride should be a holiday. Well, for us,
Well,
it's a
that's
big-
your favorite season. That's your favorite national
love
holiday.
it, right.
Like, please tell them how much you love
I
Pride.
love all the festivals. If you visit us at the QBurgh table, hi, all the way to like June 31st, which there is none, but I wish there was. Like, we're
Yes.
short of the day, right? I love Pride, but oh my gosh, this has been fantastic.
Yes.
I can't say enough how much and how proud I am of you guys for what you do. It's an
you.
incredible, and it's a hard job. It's thankless, but thank you. If at all possible. But it is, and it is a fun working with you guys, and it's a fun time for everyone. So I'd like to thank you both. And again, if anybody is interested in helping with a Pride committee, please visit PittsburghPride.com.
Look, you got
Look at
it.
it. We got it.
And you're, click on volunteer.
There you go.
Yeah.
So again, thank you all very, very much. Thank you, our listeners, for tuning in to QBurgh Podcast. And please don't forget, stay proud, Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh proud.